when it comes to sales and it comes to this industry in general, it's all about your mindset. It's all
100%.
it's all about that mental attitude to continue to push forward on the days that you don't feel like it.
Right.
Fire up.
Welcome, Senior Life family, to another All Fired Up podcast. I'm your host, Will Voorhees, and today I have Janice with me. Janice, how are we feeling today?
Doing great. I'm so excited and blessed to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, anytime. So for anybody that hasn't met you yet or, hasn't heard your story, kind of just tell us a little bit about who Janice is and how you got into the industry.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been here for about 3 years. It has been a little bit a long time. So back in 2019, I was doing real estate and I was doing pretty well in that, but I was still looking for other things because I wasn't making income consistently. Because with real estate, you really got to have a flow of income coming in.
Right.
Because with real estate, you got to sell a house. In order to sell a house, once you get that listing, you got to do the everything that goes along with that.
Right.
And so you're getting a paycheck 3 to 6 months out
Of
once you
when
sell a
that
house.
initial. Yeah.
You got to hustle your butt to actually get that listing, and then you got to hustle your butt to actually get that paycheck. And once you actually get that paycheck, you got to divide that up from the buyer's agent, and there's a whole lot that goes
There's
into
a
it people
lot.
don't realize. And so I was door knocking, I was cold calling, I was doing everything to actually get people to work with me, but I wasn't making the income that I thought I could make.
Okay.
And so I was doing Uber on the side to
Okay.
make that additional
A good
income.
side
And
hustle.
so I picked up somebody who was a senior life, and he's like, "Hey, do you like real estate? Are you looking for other opportunities?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So he's like, "Go get your life insurance license." I'm like, "Great, I'll be happy to do that." And so he puts me in his agency, and he puts me with somebody else under him, saying, "Hey, this is your manager now. He'll teach you how to go write business." And so that's what he did. He took me out in the field and showed me how to write business, which was great. But I wanted more than that because I could see the potential with this senior life agency, right?
Yeah.
Because you can start building a business with this. And I could see that. And so I would come to him and saying, "Hey, show me what you're doing. Like, what do I do? How do I grow with this? I'm really writing a lot of production, but I can see that you can actually do a lot more than just write production."
Right.
But he wouldn't really talk to me. It was weird. Like, he would focus in on his male dominant people that he was with, and he would just throw me to the wind. Like, he wouldn't really pay attention to me. So I'm like, okay, well, I love senior life. I'm going to stick around no matter what because I know the potential is eventually I'll get to where I want to go, either with that manager or not. I know I'm going to be able to do what I want to do, but I'm going to stick around because I can see life insurance and this industry with senior life is an amazing product. I
Right.
love the product. I'm going to stick around. And then come 2020, the pandemic happens.
Right.
And it was a traumatic thing for everybody, but it was amazing to me because he quit. He just up
Okay.
and left the business. And I'm
There
just
you
like,
go.
okay, I'm over here in Pennsylvania, not really knowing what to do, but I'm still with senior life. And so I'm like, well, okay, whatever happens, whatever happens. But I know I like this industry. And out of the blue, I get a call from Charnetta Barnes saying,
Okay.
hey, she is with senior life. She is with um, Rob Ellsbury, the actual vice president, the millionaire of this agency. She's like, hey, would you like to learn how to build a business? I'm like, absolutely.
That
That is
sounds
what
right on the
I've been
money.
wanting
Yeah.
to do for a while. I know how to write production. I just don't know what the next step is. And it's just like, come to Florida, come to one of my boot camps. And I'm like, absolutely. So I come down there, and she's like, if you are willing to do what I tell you to do, you will be a millionaire within 5 years. And I'm like, great. What do I do?
Yep. Give me the
Give
steps.
me the steps. And so she has been pouring into me because I'm willing to be coachable. I'm
Right.
willing to listen. I'm willing to do exactly what she tells me to do because I know I'm going to be a millionaire in 5 years, but I need to know the steps to get there. And if
Right.
she's willing to put that effort into me, all I got to do is reciprocate that effort and say, okay,
And I think
let
that's
me.
probably huge on her end too. That just seeing that you'll take in what she's pouring out. Because I'm sure that she's
Hmm.
probably tried to help a lot of people, and they might not have resonated with them, or they may not have kind of taken it how you have. And now you're in North Carolina, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And we've been discussing on how to continue to build your business. And I mean, it sounds like we've got a lot of exciting stuff.
I'm really excited because I was really nervous of even coming to North Carolina to begin with. I was in Pennsylvania.
So that's a big move
It
right
was a
there
big
by
move
itself.
but my husband's career took us to North Carolina.
Okay.
And so I'm there. I call up Sharnetta and say, "Hey, do you got my back? Because I wanted to go to Florida. That's why he was shopping around for jobs, and we ended up going to North Carolina instead of Florida." I'm like, "Do you have my back? Can you help me build a business here in North Carolina? I'm nowhere near you, but can you help me?" She's like, "Absolutely. Make sure you have a meeting within a month. Make sure you have something set up to where we can hire people in your business, in your agency within North Carolina. We'll focus on you and get this done because I want to help you grow." That's what I love about her. It's not
Right.
about me. Like she is pouring so much into me, and so I can pour that so much love and effort into someone else.
Yeah.
And so that's what she's created here is an agency that just wanting to put that effort into someone else. She hates it when I bring that spotlight onto her because
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't think like that. But I see that because coming from another agency where you don't have that, you don't leave the job because of the job. You leave the job because of the people.
Yep. There you
And
go.
so when you're bringing somebody into your business and you're telling them, "Hey, do this," and they're actually willing to listen, great, you want to work with that people. And so that's me. I'm trying to build an agency to where, just like her, she's wanting to bring people in who are willing to work with you and trust you and train you. And so a couple of weeks in after being in North Carolina, I don't. The universe provided somebody who was willing to do that. Robert over there, and he's amazing. He's willing to actually listen. So I can see the potential in this business because I'm attracting other like-minded people with myself.
Right.
And that's something that Starnetta has created within this agency is to build that like-minded mindset. Because when it comes to sales and it comes to this industry in general, it's all about your mindset. It's all
100%.
it's all about that mental attitude to continue to push forward on the days that you don't feel like it.
Right.
And so,
And I feel like
it,
those are some of the toughest battles to overcome.
yeah,
I mean, 'cause it's easy to say, hey, you know what? I wrote some good business this week. I'm not really feeling like it today. I'm just gonna sleep in, and
that's
it's
it.
really easy to do that.
Sales is the one of the most difficult things you can do. But what other industry out there, what your first year in, you can make 100 grand?
Right.
Not many. I know one. Construction. My brothers are in construction. I have two brothers. One's in roofing, another was in welding. They make
Okay.
over $100,000 a year, but they bust their butt day in
On
and
a
day out.
daily
That
basis.
physical labor.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Back-breaking
either going to
labor.
have a physical labor job or you're going to have a mental labor job. Either way, it's hard.
Yeah.
For me personally, I would have a mental labor job because I want to not be able to, when I retire, I don't want to have a broken body.
Right.
I want to actually be able to live my life and enjoy it. So I need to have the mental fortitude to continue to do this job in the days that I don't want to because of the fact that I have that mental mindset to continue to push when I don't want to.
Right.
And I'm trying to attract like-minded people like myself. So that's what exactly what Sharnetta did is bringing people into her agency who is willing to push past those days. And now in North Carolina, we're doing the exact same thing. We're bringing people in who are willing to work hard. It's going to be hard,
Yeah.
especially in sales. It sucks. That's the one thing I tell everybody in this business. It sucks, honestly. But if you're willing to push past those days that you know it's going to suck and you're going to do it anyways, that's when you win.
And that's where winners are born.
Right, right. So it's
And so you mentioned Sharnetta said to have your first meeting when you got to North Carolina.
right.
So you recently had that, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that. How'd that go, and what's the next step, I guess, for you?
So when it comes to a meeting, this is what she told me. It's all about the recruiting aspect of it. So call and talk to these people, what they're wanting to do. And so the reason why I found Robert is because I'm continuing to ask him what he wants to do. Right?
Right.
What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to continue to be a rock star agent? Do you want to build an agency? Do you want to leave a legacy for your family? I can help you all that without. Just come to the meeting and I'll show you what we do, and that way you can see me. Just having that interaction, having that personal one-on-one connection really helps you get to see people and hear
Right.
them and understand their story. And that's how we can help you, is coming to a meeting and saying, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want. That's when we really get to know somebody, is
Yeah.
getting to hear their heart, getting to hear their dreams and their goals. That way I know I can help you because you have that goal in mind, and my job as your manager is to help you
Get to
accomplish
those
that
goals.
goals.
Right.
Yeah, so
And it was funny when we sat down with Robert. He'd mentioned that you'd called him 5 times.
I did. Yeah, I wanted
And
to make sure that he was there because I knew this business is for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to put in forth the effort to come, and I want you to be there. So if you're willing to be there, I'm willing to help you, but you got to get there first.
Right, right.
And it's my job is to continue to call you and tell you to, just like with the leads.
Mm-hmm.
Lead, you call a lead until they buy, until they die, right? It's the same thing
Okay.
with recruiting, in the sense of, you got to call these people. You don't know their story, you don't know what they're growing through, but you need to call them until they tell you, I'm going to go with somebody else. But you've got to continue to talk and touch base with them
Right.
until they tell you yes or no. And with with having a meeting, it really puts in that deadline sometimes to say, hey, this is what we're doing, I want you to be a part of that,
It
come and
creates
see it
that
for yourself.
urgency. Yeah,
Right.
kind of get them thinking like, oh, I need to go do this.
Right, at least see it, at least hear it, because you never know until you actually come. So
Exactly.
why not have that opportunity and just go and talk to people and hear what we do.
Yeah, I think the follow ups are a big thing in sales and recruiting. And that's awesome. So, what are you excited about with the future of your agency and just with Senior Life? Kind of what's your goal, I guess.
Seeing that long-term goal when it comes to a business and having that business mindset, I think that's what people tend to look over sometimes, because we are an independent contractor. We are a 1099 independent contractor. We're not a
Professional.
W-2
Yeah.
employee. We are a professional. And so we need to start thinking of those ourselves as a professional with a business. So save your receipts, have everything be a write-off at the
Yep.
end of the year.
Tax
you
deductible.
it's everything is tax deductible. One thing I love about this industry is you get your license nationwide, right? So when I was in Pennsylvania, I had a Pennsylvania license, but my family was doing um, a family uh, what was it?
Reunion?
Yeah, family reunion,
Yeah.
family vacation, actually in North Carolina. It's so weird. So I actually already had my North Carolina license, because I made sure I got my North Carolina license before I went on my family vacation.
And so,
Why? Because
yep.
when I get there, I write one piece of business or even just talk to somebody on the phone. That's a write off. It's a business retreat.
Okay, I
So
gotcha.
think of it in those aspects. A portion of your mortgage, a portion of your car, a portion of your phone, a portion of your utilities, your rents, your internet. Everything that you do from here on out is a write off.
Right.
This is a business. Start treating it that way.
Yep.
And so a lot of people don't think of it that way. Oh, this is just another way I can get some income. I'm going to work with this agency. I'm going to work with this agency because I can get more and more people to help and write business. Great. But you're not going to be a master of anything if you're having your hands in multiple pots.
Right.
So I like Senior Life because they are specialized. That is what I am. I am a specialized
A
final
specialist.
expense agent.
Yeah.
When you go to a doctor, you're going to pay more to go to a specialist because they are very good at one thing. That's what I want to be. I'm a specialist because I'm very good at final expense. I don't need to know about anything else. I don't need to dip my hand in anything else. I want to be the best at this.
Well, what's the saying? It's like a jack of all trades and a master of none. I mean, yep.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not going to accomplish anything doing that.
Right.
Why not put your time and energy into something that will get you where you want to be? Have that goal, have that mindset of, okay, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go in 5 years? What is your long term, short term, immediate, next day goal?
Right.
And start doing that. Having everything planned out will help you accomplish that. So for me personally, we have a 6 a.m. call, so I'm up by 5:30, 5:45 to make sure I'm on that 6 a.m. call. Then before even that day, I already have my workout clothes laid out. I have my work clothes laid out. I have my laundry done, so I can make sure I have my leads printed out. I've already called them on Saturday to book my appointments for the following week. So everything that I'm doing is intentional. So that
Right.
way I know exactly what I need to do in order to accomplish that. Not just that day, but that week, that month, that 6 months, 9 months. So I know in 5 years I will be a millionaire because I'm doing the small steps on a daily
Right.
basis to accomplish that.
And those small steps will compound into the big goal.
Exactly. It's just like
Right.
compound interest. If
Yeah.
you're doing the same thing, it's going to
It's
continue to
going to
roll
continue to
over.
compound and keep going and keep going. Do
Yeah.
you think with the preparation that you're doing for your days ahead and your weeks ahead, your months ahead, is that making everything easier?
Well, of
You think?
course.
Yeah.
Well, of course it is, because of the fact that I know what I'm doing, and I have it all laid out. And then, but it's not just the daily tasks. It's the things that you're putting in your brain, right? When it comes to the mental mindset,
Right.
reading the books. People don't give reading enough attention,
Yeah.
because what you're putting into your brain on a daily basis affects everything that you do. So if you're gonna be picking up a book anyways, like for me, before I even got in this industry, I love to read. I'm an introvert, but I was reading the wrong things. I was reading like
Uh,
romance novels and
right.
like and fiction books and
Yep.
like. But if you're gonna have that time to actually sit down and read, why not find a John Maxwell book, or why not find a book that will actually build your mental mindset to help you do the things that you want to accomplish on the days that you don't want to do it.
Right.
And so continuing to push on the days is a hard thing to do, but it's a very simple thing to do if you actually take the steps to think ahead to do it.
And that kind of just reminded me of well, it just I guess came back around to the point that you were talking about your brothers are working a more labor intense job or physical labor.
Right.
And I'm sure they're probably, more physically fit because of that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
on the mental side of that, I mean, if you work out, I mean, your brain's a muscle. You give it the
Exactly.
right food, you work it out, how it takes to, be
Yeah.
successful in this industry, you're going to come out with a very well developed mindset.
That's it. And it's all about your mindset as sales, because in sales, you're going to get told no a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
You're going to get doors slammed in your face. You're going to get told, "Oh, I don't need this. I'm good. I have insurance," and slam the door in your face and hang up. And no matter what you're doing, telesales or field sales, you're going to get told no.
Yeah.
And even if you're recruiting and trying to build a
Yep.
team, they're going to tell you no as well, because the fact that they don't really understand this opportunity. But you got to overcome those rejections, but not take it personal.
Right.
So that's where the mental fortitude comes in, and having that mental mindset, and also being around people that are willing to encourage you and be that family, that somebody having your back no matter what. That's what I love about this agency that Sharnetta created, because there is not that anywhere else. I was in real estate, like you were saying, I was in
Yeah.
real estate before, and that's a very alone industry,
Yeah.
because it's a cutthroat industry. If you talk to anybody else's clients, they will hate you for the rest of your life.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
so like you're just on your own. But over here, we want you to win. Like, we are here to help you. We are here to support you. We are here to guide you, and we're not afraid to teach you. We're not afraid to give you this information for free. Like, we have calls almost every day because we want to help you build that mental mindset, because of the fact that this is sharing. Sharnetta says all the time, we're not a salesman, we're a sharesman. We
Okay.
are
I
here
like
to
that.
share not just this opportunity, not just our product with our clients. Yes, that our this product is number one out there. There's nobody else that has this. This is why I even stuck around before I even found Sharnetta, because this a product is something that everybody needs. Yes, but this is also an opportunity that everybody needs,
Yeah.
because the fact that you don't need to have a sales background, you don't need to have 4 years of college. You don't
Right.
have to have all this experience in order to actually accomplish something. All you got to do is be coachable. All you got to
Coachable
do
and work
is
hard.
willing to listen and actually go out in the field or on the phones and do the job. All it is a job, but it's a job that you have to push yourself to do.
You're
I'm
your
not your
manager.
boss.
Yeah.
Sharna is not my boss. Nobody is your boss. You are an individual contractor. You are your boss. You need the one to push yourself and do it when it's hard. So that's the best thing about this is, if I don't gotta go to work tomorrow because I gotta take my kid to the doctor, great. There's nobody over my head telling me I can't go.
Right.
But I'm also the one that needs to tell myself to go to work in the days that I don't feel like it, because I'm
You're
sick or
tired
sluggish.
from the day before. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, when you get started, this is one thing I will tell new agents. Like I said, it sucks in the beginning, because the fact that you're new, you don't know anything. You're learning something new. And so when I first got started, yeah, I was out in the field 5 days a week and out from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. because the fact that I needed to make a sale that day. And if I didn't make
Right.
a sale that day, I know I was going to get up and go to work the next day to do it again. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. But you got to give yourself time to do that.
Right.
You got to make sure you're continuing to do it even on the days that you don't want to, and give yourself a year. That's one thing I will tell new agents is, this is something new that you need to give yourself time to learn.
Right.
So going out in the field on the days that it sucks, like even now, I still go out in the field and I get told three or four times, and I don't make a sale that day, and then the next day, okay, I yesterday sucked. It was a long day. I didn't make any sales, but I know I got to do it again, because that sale is coming. I
Right.
just need to push past those no's to get to that yes.
Right.
And so that's what I tell everybody is stick and stay and you receive your pay, like everybody says. But
I like
the
that one too.
reason why we say that is because you got to continue to push to receive that pay. The residuals is key here, right?
Yeah, so
Because
talk to me a little bit about that.
the
So,
residuals,
yeah, just for
resi-
anybody that doesn't know about, residuals and insurance, stuff like that. I mean,
yeah. So one thing I love about our product is it's a whole life policy, meaning whole life. It'll be there for the whole entire client's life. So meaning they got to pay on it for their whole entire life.
right.
So us as agents, we not just get a commission from that one sale that we made, helping them get that coverage, but we're also getting a piece of that every single year they keep that coverage. So every single year, off of that one person that we
That one
helped,
sale.
that one sale, we get another paycheck. So it's not just that one sale that one time, it's the residual income of that sales for everybody that we help. That's why we're saying stay in this for at least a year, because after that year hits, you're going to continue to receive payment over and over and over
I'm
again.
sure it gets a little bitty, and I know it's still hard, but like once you have that residual income kind of coming
It
in,
does
it
make it
probably
easier.
lessens the load on your head, I
It
guess.
does. It does. But you got to continue to push past that in order to get there. But once you get there, you're like, oh, I know around the 7th of the month, I'm going to get a little nice little extra bonus
Yeah.
because of the fact that I worked my butt off a couple years ago to get there. But yeah, you got to continue to push. And the more people you help, the more money you get. So why not go out there every single day and help as many people as you possibly can?
Yeah.
So that's what I love about this. You're helping everybody, no matter if it's a client, no matter if it's a new agent, you're helping somebody, and then you're getting a money on top of it.
Yeah.
Like
You
that's the
can't beat
best
that.
feeling in the world.
Yeah.
You don't get that going to a regular job. Yeah, you're whatever your job is, obviously you're going to help people, but I like sales because the fact like if you don't go to work, you don't get paid.
Well, it's
And the more
performance based.
right,
Right.
right. So it's all about your effort.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. I love this industry so much because the fact that we are here to help other people and we get an income because of that. Wow.
Hey, sign me up.
Right, right.
Well,
So
Janice, is there anybody that you want to give any kind of special thanks or shout outs to?
of course, it's never about myself. It's never about I can never be here without Sharnetta. I can never be here without people who's supporting me and Robert. I finally found a running partner.
Yeah.
That's one thing with this industry is once you do start growing and building and recruiting, you find people that are willing to go out and do it just like you. And that's hard to find. It's hard to find people who are willing to put in the same effort as you because there's always going to be people. I'll have Senior Life as one of my list of tools on my tool belt to help my clients out, and I'll go do this here and there. And so they feel like they can just, like I said, put their hand in every pot. But actually finding a person who is willing to just dedicate just to this, that's a hard thing to find.
Yeah.
So having that running partner is so phenomenal to me because that it's just oh you don't get that you don't get those people that are
Right.
willing to run with you and work as hard as you and just like thank you. I thank Robert and I thank Sharnetta. Like actually having an industry that is a honestly woman based industry. It's so weird to say that because sales in general is not a woman based
Right.
industry. And my husband, who's also in sales, he does sales for a window and door company, a bathroom and door and stuff like that. And most of his agents are men.
Okay.
And so sales in general is not a woman industry. And so I'm so glad and thankful that I'm a part of a team that is so just driven towards building up women and saying, hey, it's okay. You can do this. I got you.
Right.
And then now I have a running mate like Robert who doesn't mind working with a woman. Not many
Right.
people, not many men in general would say that. And especially having somebody above him having like no, I'm so thankful to having somebody there that will help me. And then Sharnetta is there to help me. And then, like, the more people you bring on, you're there to help them. So, yeah, all my thanks go to everybody else. It has nothing to do with me. I'm nobody special.
I wouldn't say all
Uh,
that,
but
but
I appreciate that. But no,
yeah.
that's what I tell. I'm nobody special. I just want to make sure I'm doing the best I can for everybody else. And then my goal is, like I said, in 5 years I'll be a millionaire. But imagine how many people you can help having all that money. Many people say, "Why do you
Oh
need all
yeah.
that money? Why?"
Because
Because
there's a
it's
lot
not
you can
about
do with
me.
that money. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of change.
I
There's a
have
lot of
so
help that
many
you can give.
single mom friends that are just living paycheck to paycheck because they got to feed their kids, and they're just like, that is a tough life.
Yeah.
No, I want to be there to help you. My mom, who's just finally retired this year at 63, I'm just like, congratulations, you retired, but now she's living off Social Security, living paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, girl, I got you. I'm going to take care of you because that is not a life I want to live.
Right.
That is one thing when you get into this industry and you're going into clients' homes or people are 65 and older, that's our clientele, right?
Right.
And you see the way they live, where they're literally living paycheck to paycheck off of Social Security. That's my fear. I
Yeah.
never want to end up like that.
Me
That
either.
that is it's either the goal that you drive for or the fear that runs you. And for
Yeah.
me it's the
The
fear. Like
fear that runs you. Okay.
I don't want to end up like that. That's terrifying. Working 20 plus 30 years of your life just to live off Social Security? Oh my God, no!
Yeah.
That's mortifying. Why not bust my butt now when I can physically
Right.
and mentally do it in order to secure my income, my family, my grandchildren, everybody? Why not secure it now while I can?
Create that generational wealth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the more people you help, why not?
There you go.
So, but
Well,
that's it.
thanks, Janice, for joining
Yeah,
us. And to
absolutely.
everybody at home, thank you for watching. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, and join us
Hmm.
next Friday for another All Fired Up.
All right, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Fire up.